Oh no! I'm not doing voices for. Oh no! Connection active. Display text. Automated greeting. Thank you for choosing refreshing Nuka-Cola brand cola. Together with our friends at Voltec, we've joined forces to maintain our humanity through the cool and exciting flavors of Nuka brand colas. We'll ride out the nuclear devastation and happiness. Enjoy your stay. Connection active. Display. Anyone out there? We have water leak in the lower levels. Water chip failing. Need to open up vault to scavenge parts in the Vegas area. We met some port 16 vault 3 error 404 server terminated. Connection active. Display text vault 8 in Western Nevada. Here. We have opened up the vault to survive. We have medicine and doctors, not much else. Vault is becoming unlivable as our systems break down. Vault City is doing well outside, growing. We've encountered several tribes and other vault dwellers living on the surface. Our Gek is being used to restore the land. We haven't heard from anyone, and we assume that we are the most technologically advanced civilization in the waste. If you can respond by text, please do. We'd love to hear from you. Note from Rossman. Do not reply to this. A message. Ain't no advanced civilization left out there called Vault City. What wasn't blown up in the Brother of Steel NCR war has been taken. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to do a black guy voice. I can't.
Take it easy now. You're coming out from under the effects of some heavy medication.
NCR intelligence unit. They're looking for us. Port 16, Vault 8, 404. Server is terminated. Vault 76. Connection. Display text port 16. Vault 76, okay. Vault 81. Vault 82. Display port, okay. Vault 88. No one will ever find us. Door to the vault is not completed, but we made it work. We have lots and lots of resources. Someone, if you read this, we need help. 199, January 9th, 93. Port 16. Communication, yellow dust everywhere, toxic sulfur leaking in, and with the water seeps making sulfuric acid, eating holes in the vault. If you read this, we are leaving this hellhole. Vault 119. Okay. Vault 16. Spaceport. Okay. Vault 43. Hey, oh help! There's a panther here. Okay. Vault 52. Terminated. Vault 18. Only 118. Terminated. Terminated. They left me here along with puppets. Vault 122. Connection active. Terminated. Vault 44. Well, type export / help control help exit. Overseer Christian 10/1/2052. My father. I can't do his voice. It's like this. I'm from Jersey. I go to the bar. My father always told me that adversity reveals character. Coach Bragg said something to me along those lines before last week's tryouts for our new Vault Ball team. The man is a miracle. Gruff, impossible to take a read on. I can never tell if he's angry or determined, but he's saving our children from themselves. We adopted these children. They were mostly infants and toddlers. We had no sense of parental direction, and we were all in our late 50s. So, set in our ways, we had no frame of reference on how to discipline or encourage children. As teenagers, only one has to examine the walls of the upper apartments to see that the rebellion in their hearts, rebellion we have been unfit to quell. I am cautiously optimistic about this vault's future. But the starting reality is that if our enemies find themselves more organized in the coming months, we are ill-equipped to handle them. We are not a young vault any longer. The median age of life expectancy is 102.9. I myself am 70 fucking 5. What? During the Exodus 60 years ago, most of those that left were youthful 18 to 45-year-olds. They're gone now. Our teenagers here are all that's left to stand between us and the outside world. I gave Coach Bragg the troubled souls to train them, to educate them. He gave them an outlet that we could not. Sports, team building, exercise, discipline. He moves them with an almost a military precision. It's incredible. In just a few short months, he has trained them so much. I am truly grateful to him. Wow, that's not good. I have a list from Coach Bragg on my desk. He calls it the master list. It has the names of all 300 citizens, and on it organized in 3 brackets. He and Chevy agreed that this is the order that our citizens should follow for duty in case of attack by outside forces. Those at the top, the A list, are the Vault's Balties, the Patriots. The B list are mostly young women on it. Only a handful of them are boys, opposing them barbarians. Team C has just a few of the Hale children, and Dr. Rossman Ben Kurtz is noted with a star, along with Sean, Mandy, and Jason. Oh, I guess I'm star. Then there is the D list. I am listed at the top, followed by everyone else over 50, nearly 250 souls. It is a startling reminder of just how aged we are, just how frail our existence is. I signed off on the letter. Hopefully, should the survivalist raiders in the Brotherhood or NCR prospects ever find out the Vault team, Coach Bragg can defend us against them. I'm loath to see the tribal children be raised follow this man to war, but is the only way he knows them better than I ever will. Overseer Christensen, November 1st, 2258. Chief Evanson, Dr. Rossman, Yeti Hale, Dr. Bishop, and Sergeant Norman out in the wasteland last week, as noted in my logs. It was sobering seeing them in their vault gear room, dressed in their archaic rags and armed to the teeth. It's not like watching old heroes ride off into the dust sunset in a cloud of swirling dust. The Wasteland Scouts, living legends. They seemed so tangible here at home, but seeing them going off on another venture is inspiring. They have never been the same since Dr. Kyoto died so many years ago. We never did get a full explanation on what happened. Just that she died of a virulent virus given to her by a prospector. It has been hard to believe that the NCR betrayed the Scouts after all they did to fight the Raiders to help them defeat the Brotherhood are still in the war. After fighting the Enclave gang bosses, there are even rumors that the Wasteland Scouts saved the world on numerous occasions. But this is the reality. Coach Bragg warns us that the Raiders or NCR may strike us at any moment. He believes that they know where we are, and this is about the secret mission. It's about us to finally determine just how far the Raiders have spread, how close the NCR is to finding us. The reports have been okay. Basically, he's sucking the fucking Wasteland dicks. The work on the terrarium has been complete. Controls, I love it. And so there's Jason. He's building shit. I like nature. I am proud. So no matter how rebellious he may be, he hasn't been there sleeping at home with his mother and I fear that the tribal origins may be weighing on his mind again. He also chooses his brother and sister over us, along with the older star child. I'm the eldest? Am I the eldest? I mean, I don't know. We installed the last of the vault coordinates going here. Okay. Am I close?
Hey, kid. How's Maria treating you?
I don't know, I did shit.
Yeah, kid.
No, I just want to get more experience. This shit's fucking crazy hard.
Ah, well. It's no problem, kid. You don't have to grow up overnight. If you look around, I'm sure there are some science textbooks and magazines laying around.
What happened to external connections on the old server?
Post-apocalyptic politics is what happened. Dumb lawyers doing an engineer's job. Once upon a time, Vault 18 was supposed to be the center of the American wasteland. We had this big machine at the core of that promise. But the Great War screwed that up quick. What wasn't blown to hell in about 30 minutes has been scavenged and sacked for small settlements. You see, the network was a set of cables running all over the country, and this server kept the vaults connected. But one by one, the others have failed. Some were destroyed, others just vanished. Then one day, 18 years ago, they all just blinked out. When the first overseer, a guy named Clint Dixon, took over Vault 18, he severed the links to the outside, said it was a toxic influence. He kept a few cables alive, but severed the rest. It's just been little updates ever since, until they all stopped a few years ago. Now we just have what's left for you to play with. Hope you spot where those weird I.O. spikes are coming from.
Are there any other cool things I could work on? I'm done with computers.
Yep. Now, I'll let you head up to the main elevator and check out the robotics lab upstairs. Just drop my name in the guard and he'll let you in. It's dark up there. We keep the upstairs reactors offline to save power. So just follow the signs to the main entrance.
Okay.
You'll find the robotics lab at the end of the hall. Last door on your right before you reach the vault exit.
You're a wasteland scout. What can you tell me about what's up there?
Oh, you want to know what it's like in the great outdoors?
Yeah?
Well, let me give it to you straight.
Okay.
It's hell upstairs,
Aw.
kid. A nightmare.
Thanks.
The things you think about when you're in the dark and the clawed hand reaches for your shoulder. It's real. And it lives up there. Hundreds of them. But that's just the wildlife. It's the people that make you wish the war had really ended everything. But it only did half the job. Don't you forget this, kid. The strong prey on the weak. And the closer you get to society, the worse things get. The people that walk around up there are miserable. Half dead. Struggling to see tomorrow. Kids are starving. Families are broken. Those that say they're here to help you are just waiting until you fear for your life, giving them what they want to keep you safe. Then you realize what kind of slave you become. That's what the wasteland is like. Don't ever think it's gonna change, because it isn't.
Make it change. I fixed the tier 1 networks.
Wow, I have to admit, I could have done
Such
it
a
years
fucking
ago,
dick, man.
but I just didn't give a shit. What did you find?
Nothing really, just some old notes and letters, ancient grocery list, basically.
Well, that's not exciting.
I mean, I read through it all.
Now go on. You had a tough day. Now you should just go off to bed now. And don't let those death crawls get you from under the bed.
I need to get going.
Late.
Hey, I fixed it.
Welcome back. I hope you... There are no tasks.
Alright, thanks.
Main... You have done well, young vault dweller. Maybe next time you will give me a turn reorganizing your internal organs.
Don't thunder me with a
Oh,
good
look
time.
at that. You unlocked a few more data stores. Please, avail yourself of this bounty of bitchy diaries and 200-year-old grocery lists.
Oh, she heard me.
Tier 2 systems optimal. Vault Tech orders demand all subsystem tiers be unlocked. Tiers have been offline for 66,795 days.
Not doing the math.
Main
Oh no, more reading. Sergeant Danvers, please be fucking short. Oh, after everything we've been through in the past 4 months, Overseer Clint Dixon has ordered an immediate evaluation of the cave exit behind the vault door. Vault Tech standard orders have been to keep the door shut for a minimum of 80 years. And a series of hard locks and chemical timers have been set in place to prevent override of these controls. No matter what Dixon ordered us to do, there's no way any of us are getting through that door. Sergeant Danvers, February 2nd, 2078. I've always tried to be a good man. I served. Oh no, you fucking right. I have. I have always tried to be a good man. I have served 15 years with the LAPD before I agreed to join Vault-Tec's military police program in the San Bernardino Valley. I have fought in the Gobi Desert before that. I know that this isn't a place for personal reflection, but what I've watched in the past few months has made me question who I am as a human being and a law officer. We overthrew Clarence Donovic thinking that he... What? He was man... What? Wait, whoa. Thinking that he was the man that had tried to have us killed, only to find out that he was really the man that had saved us, not until it was too late. And he was killed by 4 cyanide pills, by whom we may never know. When Dickinson left us as guard chief and became the new overseer, he made me head of scout missions to the outside. But even after the total reversal of Vault-Tec's orders, the door is locked, and the only scouting I have to do is in my own tomb. It's been a little more than 20 years since last I updated this archive. There still hasn't been any feed. The door is still frozen in place, and it's like it has been through years of arguing, no matter what. I know I'll die waiting for the day I see the outside again through anything but the tiny security camera watching the darkness of the cavern. Sergeant Danvers signing off. Okay. Sergeant Danvers III. Wow! This is the best Christmas present of all time ever. After 80 years, the doors are finally opening. A bunch of us got together and started planning our intended destination. My granddad used to tell stories about the outside world, and now it's finally here. I can't wait to go visit Big Bear Lake and Pine Haven. Apparently, they were really nice places. Green trees and big pools of water, tons of tasty fish. Granddad's always wondered what could be left. Wow, I'm blowing my brains out. And Dad told me that people are bound to be rebuilding everything by now. Everything before Granddad died, I told him I'd look. Where are the bodies? I told him I'll look up the stars for him. His first step. What? Stars for him. First step. I take out the cave. I'm going to do that tonight. Acting Sergeant Elias, January 3rd, 2158. This is Acting Sergeant Elias, reporting back from Scouting Mission 0. Most of our party was lost on day 3. As we scouted the ruins of Big Bear Bridge, we encountered a band of heavily armed men who surrounded us and disarmed us with flash grenades. At some point between my being rendered unconscious and reawakening, Officer Jackson and Sergeant Danvers commenced fire on the hostile assailants, but were quickly dispatched. Officer Travers and I managed to escape to the tree line, but Travers was gunned down as we crossed the river. I was grazed on the left shoulder and I left dead. They stripped me of my uniform and weapons and left me offshore. A woman from the colony of slaves awoke me, and some hours later escorted me to the vault door. We brought her in custody, and I enjoyed an extended stay in our infirmary. Sergeant Elias. 3 days later, the roads leading from Vault 18 to Pine Haven are mostly intact and clear of major debris. There is a crater leading to the old military base, presumably from an atomic weapon. Pine Haven itself is utterly destroyed, save for a few central buildings. There are signs of animal life, but none that we could ever see or recognize. There is no green foliage. There are cars on either side of the road for 100 miles. Many of them seem to have been moved and stripped of usable parts. There's no visible sign of a restored United States. It appears that the entire continent has been completely destroyed by the war 80 years ago, and has remained in a state of decay ever since. 2 days later, the woman we saved, Orica, is a slave from a city several miles away called Union City. She speaks Southern English and has manners has provided us a description of the survivalist ruling party which conquered them several decades ago. Something about the mining operation at Athens Tech having been used as a staging area for the army of isolationists. This military operation is likely well aware of us now, so future missions along the 173 are ill-advised. She warned us of another danger from mutant horde. She is too ashamed to speak of them. We are planning several new scouting missions and an entire training regimen for recruits. Oh man, this fucking hurts. Rennie. Dr. Rogers! This is Dr. Rogers. A 100 successful scouting mission launched from Vault 18. A proud moment. This morning a team of myself, Kara, my wife, and our granddaughter Sarah have a picnic outside the grass. It's growing nicely this spring. I remember when it didn't grow at all. How lovely! Since there are now 1,306 of us currently living in Vault 18, it is greatly satisfying to the great report that I have found several locations scattered around the Christine Valley and the valleys of heights of fits of colonization. There is NCR settlement in the far south past Shar of San Bernardino, leading towards the Sequoia Zone, and will serve as prime colony targets. I've spoken with 7 NCR representatives and about the best possible location, and they assured me that staying clear of our immediate area is essential. Then again, none of us have ever traveled on the I-15 like I have, nor care to. From what I've been told, Tanny has no interest in this area. Not yet. Not yet. To be sure, we have begun teaching our children a game in which they forget Vault 18 location and name. If they remember, they lose the game. It's become a sport among them. If we ever get tempted to reveal where the vault is, it will be easy to it will begin easy resistance because we simply will not know. Oh shit! 7 years later. Since there are 1,306 of us currently living in Vault 18, it is greatly satisfying to report that I've found several locations scattered around the Christine Valley and the Crystalline Valley and the Angeles Height fit for colonization. There is an NCR settlement on the far south past Shar Bernardino. Oh, I just read this. There have been several tectonic activities that I believe precursors to the much more larger event. We are sitting just a few miles away from the San Andreas Fault. It runs through the valley behind Athens Tech. While we are sure that the Vault 18 will survive the biggest quake, unimaginable, I am loath to believe that 140-year-old prediction. The cement shell has been curing for about time, and the good engineers will require a reassessment of the destinies and the whole shell and the stock threshold of the supports. At the very least, we are looking at a situation where we will be digging up our way through the cavern. I am suggesting that that the colony attempting to hasten, we will leave sooner. They're calling us exodites in the vault. Maybe we are exiles, but in my heart I know hundreds like me that will belong out there in the world among the tribes. Oh, Kermit the Frog here.